Hi and welcome. This is a video to read your SolarEdge portal online using a smart device. So what we're looking at today is an iPhone. Android is a very similar setup and it is also very similar across all smart devices, iPads and any other tablets. So jumping straight in, this system here is your standard viewing. So what we have here is the solar power now. That is what your system is producing at this very moment. I will say this whole video is not about the numbers that you see, it is about the data that is available. So for example, this video right now is being shot at 1 o'clock in the middle of July. So if you're looking at your system in December, your numbers are going to be higher. If you're looking at this system on a rainy day, your numbers are going to be lower. So more about the data than the actual numbers we're seeing here, but understanding what that data represents is also the most important thing. So we got solar power now, which is the system and what it is producing this very moment, 1 o'clock in the middle of July. And if we look to the left of that, just above, we see production today. This is a very useful number. So when we sell the system, we do provide you with a solar panel report. And on the second page, you will see what we expect your average daily output is of the system. So you can use this data here to correspond with, is this what I should be expecting? Now, if your system's over 5 kilowatts, that graph we give you, you do have to remember that your system is export limited by the new regulations with Western Power as of March 14th, 2022. So anything prior to that wouldn't have been export limited, but anything after that would have been. And if we move under this here, we will see it says this month, this year, lifetime. So we can see what the system's produced, the month, the year, and the lifetime. The month is very relevant in terms of being able to help you get an idea of what you produced. And if you get a synergy bill, one of our other videos explains how you can look at your synergy bill to see what you used and what you exported and work it out yourself. It is a rough way of doing it, but it is relatively accurate based on the numbers provided. All right, however, here we've got the table. This table is showing us what the system is producing across the day at the different times. So naturally in the morning, the system's turning on about 7:30. And then as the day goes on and the sun gets higher, we can see that the system's output's getting higher. We can go week, we can go month, and this month here shows you across the month. You can see it's been a beautiful month, so it's not too bad for July. Typically you will see a lot of these in the wetter months, but we can go year. And we can see nice downward trend as we head into winter, and hopefully from here on we start heading back up going into summer. Billing, you can use the billing, put your billing dates in, and then what it will do is it will give you a total amount for that billing period, and then you can use your exported amount minus the produced amount, and that will give you what you've used from this system. But as I said, we got another video explaining that in a bit more detail if you want to check that out. So comparative production, this one here, quite simply is showing us what the system was doing compared to last year. So this actually went in this time last year, as you can see from these two bar graphs in July. And moving forward, what they will see is they'll see data comparing it to last year. So give them an understanding to show, is the system doing what it was doing? You know, is there anything a bit odd or unusual? And we can flag it and see what's happening. Down the bottom here, we have the panel layout. So this is a really good house to actually show you. So the brighter the panels, the more that panel is produced. So you can see here on the left, this panel here, the 589, it is quite a bit down from the other panels. Very useful tool of SolarEdge of being able to avoid the deficiencies of string bringing down multiple panels. Now I do know for a fact that these people do have an antenna which does cast some shade onto this panel. Unavoided, but they wanted to get as much output as they could from the system, so as many panels as they can. Useful tool. This is only available on the Free Phase and Energy Hub models. Genesis does not have this currently available. However, we can see it, so if you are interested, feel free to get in touch. We can take a screenshot and send it to you if that's the case. And that's really all there is to show in terms of the monitoring platform. What I will do now is I will jump in and I will show you a property that has a consumption meter and give you an idea of what you will see differently on there. So now we see solar power now. and underneath that we have on the left hand side a light bulb with 0.31 kilowatts, that's watts, so 310 watts are currently be drawn at the house, and 2.23 is being exported to the grid. So ideally, probably want to be, well, there you go, something's just gone up. So they were listening to me as I was talking. We do want to see that number higher because you don't want to waste too much energy. You do want to be using as much as possible during the day. All similar numbers, production today, month, year, and lifetime. But now let's go down to this. So we can see production on the left, consumption on the right, and this is giving you a breakdown of where the energy is going and what percentage is happening. So if we look on the left, they've produced nearly 9 kilowatts today, and it's a 50-50 split. So half their energy is used, half is being exported. However, if we go to the consumption, 70% is coming from the grid of their total consumed amount of power at the property, and that means that they're using too much at night. So 4 kilowatts is being covered by the solar, and if we actually scroll down to the second graph here, yep, that's what I anticipated. So this red lining that we can see here, this is their consumption from the grid. The blue is what's covered by the solar, and you can see at probably about 6 o'clock, yep, 2 kilowatts. So my guess would be someone's up, probably turned an aircon on. You can see maybe a toaster's gone on at that point where it's had a little spike. Kettle maybe, and the house has come alive. If this aircon could have gone on slightly later, then what we would actually see is a much healthier balance on this consumption graph. That's really all there is to it. If you do have any other questions, please give us a call. Always happy to help, answer questions over the phone as well. But there is a lot of useful tools here to sort of help you get the main benefit of your system.